And welcome back to Music Free Static. I hope you're having a fabulous day. And when I was a kid, I loved I loved games. I loved playing video games, okay? I have since I was like itty bitty, all right? I had an Atari 2600. I was playing Pac-Man and Asteroids and all this stuff, right? I played these a lot, okay? And as I got older and got into some more interesting games, most of the games I liked were fast-paced in some way, okay? I liked sports games, particularly football. Football games were great, though I did play a lot of ice hockey on the NES. I really liked racing games, okay? Things like Need for Speed, right? Boy, I played a lot of Need for Speed. It was, it was great. And this was like one of the early ones. I didn't quite realize what was going on, but it was fun because it was exotic cars on road tracks. It was great. I also played a lot of flight sims, and mostly combat flight sims. Okay, things like X-Wing and TIE Fighter, F-117. I remember being high on my list. That one was a little slower because a lot of the missions were bombing missions, but I had a number of ones that were either based off of Top Gun or were just I had one was like F14 Tomcat. I think that was the name of it, right? But whatever it was, all of these games, I played a bunch of them. And then as I got older, older still, right? I got into games like Doom and Dark Forces and the shooters of the day, right? Wolfenstein and things like that, right? And I love these games in a lot of ways because they were different every time you played them. Okay, sure, if I played the same level in X-Wing or TIE Fighter, which happened a lot because I would die and, whatever. Yes, the mission was the same. But the way things moved, where I was in space, how I had to react to things was different every time, okay? It's not quite like sitting down doing, I don't know, the games I'm talking about where there's like, it's always the same, sort of like playing solitaire, right? Where it's just always the same type of thing. The gameplay loop is very repetitive. All of those games, that's the thing they had in common, is they weren't that repetitive, okay? Like the racing games. Sure, I may be on the same track, but the AI that's controlling the other cars, right? What the other team calls, like in a football game, right? I actually have to sit and have some mental engagement into what's going on, all right? But now that I'm rapidly approaching 50, I don't play most of those types of games anymore. Yes, I do still like a good racing game. Okay, and Disney had one that was a kart. It was a kart game that was really good. I enjoyed that. I just haven't gotten back to it. But for the most part, the games I'm really liking now are sort of cozy games, which is weird. But it's things like Minecraft. Okay, I was totally not prepared for how much Minecraft was going to take over my life. All right, it's just I wasn't. When I got my PS4, this was back in 2015, I got it with the expectation that I was going to be streaming. All right? That's one of the reasons I got the PS4 is because it could stream directly from the PS4 because I didn't have any of the capture equipment or anything else I needed on my computer to do it. And I got a handful of games, right? I got Star Wars Battlefront, the reboots Battlefront. I got that. I've got Madden. I got Minecraft, and I think not too long after that, I got FIFA and stuff like that. Okay, because I loved sports games. Honestly, sitting down and playing Madden was, even though it wasn't necessarily repetitive, it really was in some ways my way of de-stressing after I got home from work. I'd get home from work, and we'd have dinner, and I'd sit down and I'd play Madden for an hour, which was about enough time to play 2 games based off how the clock worked and all that stuff in Madden. And it was a good way for me just to sort of sit and chill. But I honestly, I tried firing up the copy of Madden I had, and it turns out, I don't know that that one was particularly good, but I got sort of bored, right? I mean, as much as I like football, I just couldn't get back into it, right? And same with FIFA. I fired it up. Oh, it was 5 or 6 months ago. It's like, you know what? I kind of want to just play a sports game, and I fired up FIFA. And aside from the fact I hadn't played it in years and was just totally out of practice, sure, it existed, but it wasn't a thing I was getting into. But anyway, Minecraft, when I got Minecraft, sorry for this digression, it wasn't long before it became my favorite game ever, okay? I love Minecraft, okay? There is so much about Minecraft that I can get into. It scratches all of my creative itches, right? Whether I want to do something artistic or I want to do something technical, it covers me in all of that stuff, okay? And I love that, okay? I just started playing Terraria, okay? I played it once, gave it up because I couldn't, after just a couple of hours, couldn't figure out how to actually play it, what made sense, just nothing clicked for me. It's one of those things where it's like, you ever have two pieces? It's like the old toys, right? Where you try to get the piece into the hole and you know it fits, but you just can't get it twisted right to go in. That's sort of where I was at with Terraria. I restarted it, and thanks to chat, I was able to figure out actually how to play Terraria, okay? Now, I am just scratching the surface of this game, but I'm really liking it, okay? I've also really getting into, and have enjoyed over the years, the story games, story-based games, things like Horizon Zero Dawn, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I love doing the story. That game, it's a good game. I really don't like the controls, okay? Everything else about the game is great, but the controls are just funky. I just not thrilled with them. But otherwise, the game's great. Spider-Man that came out on the PS4 was fabulous. The Uncharted series, I got that. I had PS Plus for a while, and the Uncharted series came up for free for PS Plus subscribers. It's like, yep, I am playing Uncharted, and I played through all of the Uncharted games. I think there were 4 of them, right? I played through all of them, and they were all fabulous. Okay, as I've been looking back at stuff, especially Terraria has gotten me thinking about, was I just not ready for Terraria at the time? What's going on, right? There are a lot of those games I really like because they're not repetitive, right? I like that it's not the same thing all the time, right? My wife could sit and play Candy Crush or Solitaire and stuff all day. It's like, yeah, all right, maybe once, maybe a little bit, but after that, it's like, yeah, no, I'm kind of done with this. I like having a game that kind of makes me think, okay, up to a point. Puzzle games are not my jam, right? I've thought about it off and on. It's like, oh, I could play, I forgot, there were a couple of games that came out that were just high on puzzles. A lot of puzzles in them. It's something like, I was go way back to Myst, but I don't recall Myst being much of a puzzler. But yeah, the puzzle games I'm not overly thrilled with, okay? There are some of those puzzles that showed up in in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, where it's like, I am just missing something really, really obvious, and it just feels stupid, because it's like, I'm not getting anywhere with this. Now, I've gone back to play some shooters, right? I played Fortnite for a while, and it was okay. 100% did not like the building aspect of that game, okay? It was just, I never quite could figure out how to make that happen, right? Now, I was playing on console, which was fine, but it took me forever to get structures built, and I'd watch people, they just throw them up like nothing. It's like, I feel like I'm missing something here, right? And it's not even that power up that just builds the tower for you, right? That was a thing for a while. It got even worse on PC where people were able to like have macros or something that, oh, look, here's now a fortress. Yeah, no, I couldn't deal with that. I did have some fun with, I played Destiny 2 for a while, and I guess Bungie's now shutting that system down, but I liked Destiny 2. That was probably the smoothest shooter I've ever played. Those controls felt amazing, all right? They felt really, really good. Apex Legends was another one that felt really good. What I discovered, though, is as I'm hitting the old age here, right? Yes, I am a middle-aged man. I said 50 is not that far away from me, and I do not have the reflexes for shooters. Even in single player, I just don't. Right? And it's not, I'm not even going to say, oh, I could have done this as a kid. I probably could have. But it bothers me was, okay, I have to make this shot, and I just don't have the reflexes to get up and get my character to do the thing, okay? It came up a couple of times in Breath of the Wild, right? Nice thing about something like Horizon Zero Dawn is that because it's single player, right? You can do a thing like you can jump or you can do something and go basically into a slow-mo bullet time type thing. So you can aim your shot, make your shot, and be done. It's great. And said Horizon has this amazing story, right? I love the story in Horizon Zero Dawn. And honestly, I'm sort of at that point in life where I'm happy just to have a story mode, right? Where yes, I'm playing the game, but the combat is easy, okay? I don't have to worry about getting killed every 10 seconds by whatever robot dinosaur I'm dealing with. Because the reality is I'm not playing Zero Dawn because I want to spend all day beating up on robot dinosaurs. I'm playing it because the story is amazing. It's kind of like picking up a book. Okay, I'm not reading the book because I want to be actually fighting in the book, right? Because I would not want to be in the world of Dungeon Crawler Carl, for example, right? As fun as that book is, and that series is, and also heavily loaded with profanity. If you're not into that, good series to avoid. But it's fun to just sit and go through the story. Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, they were sort of the same way. The story was really fun. And I liked being able to follow that story. And I liked the action. Spider-Man was a great one because it felt like being Spider-Man. Swinging through the city felt really good. Uncharted, on the other hand, again, great story. And I had the same thing with Tomb Raider. Great story, moving around. The puzzles were there, okay? And I think they were really well balanced in Uncharted. Tomb Raider, I think they were pretty good too. Especially the reboot series. Actually, it was weird. I was playing Tomb Raider. I played the first one, loved the heck out of it. Okay. The only thing that got me is I had seen the recent movie, the Alicia Vikander movie, which is that same storyline, and my brain was not adjusting right. So wait, these are, yes, I know they're two different things, the movie and the game, but I kind of feel like it should be doing this, and it's not. That was a me thing. It has nothing to do with the game. The second game, I still haven't finished because they dove into a microtransaction model in single player. It's like, oh, you have to go find all of this currency so you can do this, and find all of this other currency so you can upgrade that. And that's just, I'm not there to go hunt up every lost artifact location or something like that. You know, it's like, oh, here, you found a cache of Aztec coins or something like that. I'm not there for that. I'm there to play through the story. and I haven't tried playing the third one. Okay, I have the games, the old Barkman, not quite, Batman Arkham series games, right? I've been wanting to sit down and play those for a while. I was thought about playing them on stream, but those ones actually are probably too intense for my family-friendly stream. Okay, I was thinking about playing Final Fantasy 15 on stream, but that would have been fine. Language has a little bit of language in it, but at least that's what I'm told. But not nearly. It's not nearly that big a deal. But the Batman ones, well, I don't know what the language is like. It definitely pushes the adult side of Batman. And not that Batman is getting it on with Harley Quinn. That's Rule 34 that you can go find somewhere else. Probably actually in the comics these days. I don't know. But it does get it gets gory. It leads into the gore and body horror of a lot of Batman's villains. Okay. Well, I want to play those games. All right, I'm not going to be doing those on stream. But it's been interesting as I've been thinking about my tastes and how they've changed. Right. I know. You're right. Your tastes change as you gain more experience. Right. Just as you mature, learn, whatever. Right. I loved cartoons growing up. I still like cartoons. Not quite to the same extent, right? I could sit and watch, Bugs Bunny and stuff forever when I was a kid. I could watch those things all day. And now I don't mind. I like especially the old classic Bugs Bunny cartoons. Bugs and Daffy and Yosemite Sam and Marvin the Martian. Oh, big fan of Marvin the Martian. Those were great. Tom and Jerry, right? Fabulous. These days, yeah, I can watch a couple of those, and all right, time to move on and go do something else, right? Maybe if I want a bunch, they'd be good second screen material. I do have a bunch of them, right? I had a DVD collection of Looney Tunes classics, and so I've got a bunch of the shorts. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But obviously, my tastes change. And of course, so does everybody else's. I've been thinking about this and realized some of it's just, yeah, I don't have the reflexes for these shooters to work for me. Okay. And part of it is, well, I liked Apex Legends. One, it got really repetitive. And two, I get tired of getting pwned by 12-year-olds. Okay. It's just playing an online multiplayer game, realize like I'm just not good. I'm just not, right? And I was playing like Battlefront, right? I love Battlefront. Battlefront 2 was good. When I was playing Battlefront, I had a sniper loadout because I realized that I can't. If I try to get up close and personal, I last about 2 seconds before I'm dead, right? And just running over there, getting shot, and running over there again, not my idea of fun. Okay, at least with a sniper, once I got good enough with it, I could sort of sit and just start picking people off, and that was great. That worked really well for me, okay? Big fan. But that doesn't work in the single player mode very well, okay? And part of it is because in the multiplayer, everybody else around me is going to charge in and just jump in the meat grinder, because that's fun. And more power to them, but I can't, right? Especially for those where you had to hold a point or something, I just don't have the reflexes. And I was playing on PS4, so it's a little bit slower on the controller. When I tried playing on PC, it was almost worse in some ways. So yeah, it's just those games aren't working for me anymore. Now, I still like the racing games, and I really need to sit down, and I've got a few. It'd be fun to sit and play. I have other things to do with my life, but those are fun, right? And I love some of those like Need for Speed, right? Need for Speed Most Wanted and Need for Speed Underground, which came before it, were so much fun. I really loved Most Wanted. Cheated at that game so hard. Man. So, had it on the PS2, okay? And we're just, and of course it's racing, but, right, it's street racing. But then, hey, we're going to race during the day, and the cops are not particularly happy about that. And there were definitely times like, okay, I have to get my wanted level up to whatever and do this and this and this. And it was fun to deal with that and to deal with the escapes. And that was a lot of fun. But I didn't want to have to deal with, okay, I got arrested. My car is impounded. Now I have to do... If I ever got arrested, I just jumped up, turned off the PS2 before it had a chance to save, and just restarted, right? Yeah. Oh, I definitely save scum that thing all the freaking time. But man, it was so fun. So freaking fun. Loved the heck out of Need for Speed Most Wanted. Except for the very end. I felt so we were the story of Most Wanted, such as it is you're a big street racer, okay? You've come from underground, and now you're here in Most Wanted, and you've got your car, and it's a really good car. At least that's what they tell you through all of the dialogue and stuff, okay? It's this amazing car, and you do a couple of races as you're trying to make your name in the scene and start making money, and you run into this guy, said, all right, we're racing for pinks, which means if you lose your car. And they sabotage the car. Right. I mean, so now your goal is to work your way through the ranks so that you can challenge this guy again and beat him and get your car back. Okay. Great. So I'm working through the game. I get all of this stuff done, and I have been working my cars, right? Getting all the upgrades. I've got this car. It is, I think I have all of the stats maxed on this thing, or as close as I can. It is like the best thing you can drive. So great. So I beat the bad guys. Yes, I'm awesome. Look at me go. And then all heck breaks loose, and the cops come in at the highest wanted level you could ever, it's like, I think max level is 5. They're coming in at a 6. Okay. I mean, literally, it was we're jacking it up one notch higher here. And so great, you're sprinting back to your car, and the girl who's with you, who's actually an undercover cop, says, all right, you need to get out of here, and tosses you the keys to your original car, the one that you've been trying to get back. And you get the car, and I realize I would rather be driving my other one because the stats are all maxed except for handling, which means it does not drive nearly as well as my other cars. Okay. But it was still a lot of fun. I really liked those racing games. Yeah, it does require some reflexes and stuff, but it's a different type of reflex. I mean, you don't have to have quite that precision necessarily that you would have with something like Battlefront or Doom or Call of Duty, which I've never played, right? But you don't have to have that level of insanity. And now it's like, yeah, I am really just down to just chill in something that's kind of cozy, right? Now, Stardew Valley is an interesting game. I actually really liked playing Stardew Valley, but it hit that repetitive cycle. And that's what I'm thinking. That's my thing. Is like, I'm not here for the boring and repetitive. Now, I often joke that I'm selectively lazy, right? I will sit down in Minecraft and I'll do something. I'll just grind something that takes forever. Like, just last night, I was grinding out villager traits in the Skyblock series I'm doing, which, okay, that's sort of boring, but I was fairly content to just sit and do it, knowing that there's an end to the repetitiveness. Eventually, I'll get what I need to, and I can go on and do something else. Okay, Stardew Valley for me became busy work simulator. It was I was building up the farm, I was doing okay, and I realized I'm at a point now, I can't do anything new. Now, it turns out I could have changed a little bit of how I was playing it, and I think it would have gotten a little bit better. I was watching another streamer approach Stardew and realized, she's doing something smart here. I should pay attention to this. But yeah, it became Busy Work Simulator. It got to the point where it's like, I'm spending so much time just maintaining the farm, I don't have time to go do any of the story or discover anything new in the game. And so I kind of fell off Stardew. But I was enjoying the game as I was up to that point. So that's one I'm going to get back to, I'm sure. But it's not today, right? Besides, I just got into Terraria, which it could be another life suck for me. I've been enjoying it. It's so, who knows? We'll see how long that goes and see if I hit that sort of repetitive cycle of, oh yeah, I need to not deal with this. So I don't know. We'll see. But it's been interesting. I said it was Terraria that made me think about this. It's like, oh, what actually am I kind of into these days? And it's fun. It's fine, right? It's not like you have to always like the same genre of games your whole life, right? And I certainly understand people's like, yeah, I kind of got tired of Minecraft and went off and did other things. And I've talked about that, I think, in the past, of people who's like, they always play Minecraft exactly the same way. They always build the same farms. They always do rush to do X, Y, or Z. And yeah, no wonder they're bored, because they're always doing the same things. Well, I'm kind of hoping that I can sit and enjoy Terraria and enjoy the things that are different. I'm only like 4 or 5 hours into it now. I understand they're like boss battles. I've never seen any of those. There's lots of weird exploring and stuff to do. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. We'll see how it goes. If it really clicks for me, like, oh yes, I need to sit and build and do exciting things or explore or whatever. We'll see. I mean, exploring is the least fun part of Minecraft for me, but it's more part of Terraria's DNA. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm looking forward to playing it. But I don't know. Let me know, how have your tastes changed in games, if they have. Right? Maybe you're still into the same games you've been your whole life. I don't know. Let me know, because that would be interesting too. But I know for me, it's, yep, I'm not 15 anymore, right? I'm not 20 anymore, where it's like, yes, Doom and Dark Forces and all these shooters are my jam. And Killer Instinct was on the Super Nintendo and was just like the greatest thing ever. Yeah, just not there. So let me know. And while you're down there, of course, like or rate the video, whatever your platform of choice does. Subscribe to the feed so you can get more, just more random ramblings, lots of good stuff. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Static signing off.